hold on to your butts. The Gear Gods NAMM 2020 invasion has begun. Yeah! We've finally arrived at our next appointment. Sound Iron. I love your shit. I have yet to crack the fart one, but...
What? Oh, you were saying something? Sorry. Get lost in it.
I don't know, man. Kind of sounds like ass. I do not want to see the behind the scenes on how they made that one.
Dude, do you know how embarrassing it was when like I'd be like working and I'd be like, oh shit, and I'd like go to the kitchen, I'm like, oh.
There's a lot of parts. There's like hundreds of parts in it. All real, 100% authentic. We also make really nice symphony orchestra libraries.
NAMM 2020, Sound Iron. We're off to a running start. Off to a farting start.
This one is our new one. It's the alpha organ. It's pretty much like your traditional organ, but it's an organ with a soul. It's got a lot of like your traditional organ sounds, very clean and pristine, but at the same time very a lot of sound design, a lot of ambiances, give you a little sound of it. You probably won't be able to hear it. And then if you want some of that epic percussion, you want to get that kind of... all those
I fucking love the Apocalypse percussion. The first time I sat down and was dicking around on the Apocalypse percussion kit, it was an instant action movie soundtrack. I play a little tiny bit of drums. I have some rhythm, we'll say. I'm a shit keyboard player, but I was just sitting there and I was like, oh my god! I'm filled with dread, like something is about to happen.
See, that's what's cool is even if you're not much of a drummer and you just want to all right, look what I'm doing. Really cool, fun stuff.
So what's 2020 looking like for Sound Iron?
A lot of stuff. We recently have a Sound Iron headquarters office that we just built, so we're just going to be able to start plowing through a bunch of libraries. We have the Hyperion string series, which you know about. We're going to be coming out with the full version. We actually have our Hyperion brass that we're going to be coming out with this year. Always constantly.
I am hyped for the Hyperion brass.
Yeah, dude. It's like the strings. It's like once you have the strings, you're like, okay, this is cool. Then you're like, all right, now I need some brass. We're going to do the same thing. Have the micro version, the Elements version, and then the full version. We also have a lot of other smaller libraries that we're coming out with, like the Hopkin Instrumentarium. This guy named Bart Hopkin, he hand builds all these crazy ass instruments, like just weird stuff that's like you would never think would be an instrument. So and he let us sample all of them. So we just have a bunch of these little Hopkin Instrumentarium libraries that we're just always going to keep releasing those. So it's just like cool little, whenever you want that weird sound.
There's a lot of sample library companies obviously out there, and I think the majority of them focus on having really big libraries of epic symphonic instruments and all this stuff, and you guys have some of those that are awesome that I use often.
Awesome.
But I don't know any other company that does the fucking weird shit that you guys do.
Yeah.
That's way more fun, and although, it won't be in the next Lord of the Rings movie, maybe, as the soundtrack, but, why did you do a goblin choir? What?
Oh, the Elvish choir?
Elvish choir.
Yeah, they just all sucked down a bunch of helium and just sampled themselves.
Yeah. And it's wild.
Yeah.
And it's $5. There's no companies that do that.
There's always that time where you need that little weird thing, some weird fucked up toy piano or some weird out-of-tune thing or weird percussive stuff. Greg over here, he built a bunch of weird instruments too and just sampled it, stuff that you would never see anywhere else. As composers, there's always that that one project where someone's like, hey, I want something that sounds like Rugrats.
That's the only song I can play on the piano is the Rugrats theme.
I can't even play that.
Thank you so much. I wasn't scheduled to perform, but when the muse calls, I await with bated breath whatever
you will be one of the first to know.
Weird or epic things you'll be coming out with next. So thanks for hanging out, dude.
Thanks for coming out, man.
You can find more at soundiron.com. We couldn't roll fast enough, but this is still the same shocked face We're talking to Herr Gear, Mr. Gear, and the Gear Gods. It's nice to meet you, Mr. Gear. I haven't seen you since the Gear family reunion, which only happens every. God, I can't sustain that joke. Anyway, so you're here with SPL. You're going to tell us about this. Let's pivot. Over to here. Normally we would have gotten all set up beforehand, but I couldn't. I had to show the real shock of this being Mr. Gear.
So hi guys. So I'm Herman, by the way. So yes, we have a new mastering deck that we premiere here at the show. This is the Mercury Mastering DA converter. Now this features 7 digital inputs with USB, 2x AES, 2x coax, and 2x optical. And the new thing about this that it's all in the 120 volt rail thing, which is our proprietary technology. So the filters that we build in there, DSD filters, PCM filters, they're all like running on 120 volt rail. Unlimited headroom, cannot be distorted. Further features are like 8 different reference levels you can choose. You can sync any input to any other input, work log input, 2 outputs, 1 fixed, 1 variable. So it's basically also a digital monitor controller.
Is there anything you didn't think of?
It doesn't keep your coffee warm.
Get out of here. Yeah. Mr. Gear, they calls him. When is it ship, and what's it gonna cost?
Yeah,
ballpark.
It's very expensive, but the government will buy it, I guess.
Oh, good.
Yeah. No,
good with my money.
Yes, exactly.
Taxation is theft. I'm just kidding.
$29.99.
Okay.
And it ships now.
Ships now. If this is your thing, you can get it now. Nobody can stop you, not even Mr. Gear. I guess I'll see you at the next Gear family reunion.
Probably you will.
Until then, if you want to see more, you can go to the website, which is
spl.audio.
What's up, Gear Mortals? Trey, Xavier here. We're at the ISOACOUSTICS booth, NAMM 2020. I'm here with David, and he's going to tell us all about this thing. You don't look at it. You can't. No, you can't see it. What is it called?
This is the Stage 1 board. This is a new Stage 1 board. We're really excited about this. We've got the ISOACOUSTICS isolators built into the bottom. It's one integrated board, and it's designed for guitar players, bass players. We use under your amps, your subs, your stage monitors. And what it does is it eliminates that, takes the stage out of the equation. So we don't have the smear and the dirty sound coming back up from the stage. And the sound isn't being permeated to other areas as well. So we've got a lot of musicians that are using them now. They're using them for the stage monitors. So when they hear themselves play back, coming back, it's nice and clear and it's not affected by that drum-like effect of the stage.
Yes. I feel like venues need to get in on this kind of thing too. Like, I wouldn't want to have to bring a bunch of these around, put them under the monitors, pull them back out. I think that should be the venue's job. Please tell me you're trying to sell these to venues.
Oh, yes. What a brilliant idea. That would be great.
I'm sure you didn't think of that. It's fine. You can have that marketing idea for free. We'll put me on the payroll later. No, but this looks really great. So you can kind of see back here that they're what it kind of looks like. Guitarists also in the studio, I presume this would be really good for, because you don't get a lot of that.
When you're tracking, you're not getting that smear coming back. Yeah. And also, even in your home, you can use it. The sound isn't being carried through the structure of the house into other spaces. It gives you that isolation as well.
What is this going to cost us, and when does it ship?
It's available now, and they're $100. They're $99.99. We're also showing the ISOPuck 76. It's just released now. It's got a maximum weight of 40 pounds per. So it's the same as the other ISOPucks. The regular ISOPuck has a weight of 20 pounds each, and the Mini has a weight of 6 pounds. So you use a minimum of 3 under your studio monitor, under your guitar amp, or whatever you please. And it's just exactly the same thing, nice low profile, but just with the added weight capacity.
So this is for big stuff.
Yeah, just as we have here, we've got the large Trio 11 studio monitors, and at the show here we're A/B'ing it back and forth so people can hear what it's actually doing. Not only does it clear up the muddiness, it gives us a really tight bass, and the soundstage just opens up because it's getting rid of all those artifacts that are collapsing the soundstage.
Where can people find out more about these on the internet?
on ISOACOUSTICS.com.
Hi, I'm Thomas Barefoot from Barefoot Sound. We're introducing the Footprint 02. Basically, it's a three-way system. We have dual 6.5-inch woofers on the sides, the way Barefoot does it. 4-inch aluminum cone mid-range on the front, and a 1-inch ring radiator tweeter. This is the sister speaker to the Footprint 01, which has been a pretty big hit for us. So smaller speaker, smaller price, a little less bass extension, and dynamic range. But it's an intro to Barefoot that I think everybody's going to really enjoy.
This is the new Infinity Q, and what we wanted to do with this is to be really easy to use and fast to use. So basically you just double click to create your band, and then you have every possible controls just here with a little movement from the mouse. So you can move the slope and the bandwidth on the bell, and every control is continuous. So slope is continuous, bandwidth is continuous, so you can create custom shapes. And we have these stereos options, which are also continuous. So you have the bell centered, and progressively you can go to the mid, and 100% mid, and minus 100% side, and you can go all the opposite way, and you can do the same with the left and right options. Everything is continuous. So you have the same on the high-pass filters with continuous slope from 0 dB octave to 120 dB octave, continuous. The same for the high shelf, continuous slope, and independent cues on the right and on the left, independent and continuous too. Another feature which is cool is the grouping. So you multiple selection of your bands, you link them, and then you can adjust controls on both bands, and it's going to affect both of them. So the slope, gain, frequency. We have this real-time analyzer and long-term analyzer, which is going to be updated in real time, even the long-term analyzer. You can see it. You move your bands, and the long-term analyzer is updated right now. Of course, you have a lot of options: undo, redo, reset all, presets, hide and show the analyzer. Left and right and mid-side processing order. You can start with left and right or mid-side, depending on what you want to do. It's going to sound different. Yeah, that's it. Really easy to use, really fast, really clean.
Welcome to NAMM 2020, and I'm here at the Avid booth. This is the Matrix Studio that we announced yesterday. Brand new interface from Avid. So this is an 18 by 22 analog interface, which also has ADAT and Dante built in. So you have up to 64 channels of Dante built in. And in addition to that, it runs on the same DATman software as the other Matrix, and you have speaker calibration built in. So with this digital interface, you can run up to 9.1.6 Atmos mixes and produce music for immersive formats.
Hello, you've got Thomas Banks here at the Shure booth, NAMM 2020 in lovely Anaheim, California. I'm about to show you our first wireless headphone. This has active noise cancellation. It is the Aonic 50 from Shure. It's going to be available this spring for $399 in two colors, brown and black. A set of premium drivers, delivers unparalleled audio quality, and then it's got active noise cancellation and a transparency mode. 20 hours on a single charge. It has analog pass-through and USB-C for digital streaming and charging. But wait, that's not all, because we're also introducing our first true wireless product. This is the Aonic Secure Fit True Wireless Adapter. Like all of our earphones, it is detachable. MMCX connector means it works with all of our existing in-ears, turning them all true wireless. You get 8 hours from the module on a single charge. You put it back in the charging case for an additional 3 charges, and that'll bundle with all of our 215s, clear, blue, black, and white, available this spring for $279. Thanks for stopping by.
Coming at you here from NAMM, I've got the brand new, finally released, finally shipping SR3314 and 5314, which is the Sennheiser compatible, so Shure compatible Audio-Technica, Line 6, Electrosonics. This is a beautiful new product. We really designed this to create a wireless capsule version of the SR314, which we launched in March of last year. It's been incredibly well received, and took us a little while to get this one out, but we wanted to make sure that the capsule sounded every bit as good as the wired product without making any sacrifices, which is rare on a wireless capsule. So here we are finally shipping these. We're so excited about it. Thank you guys for checking it out with us.
Hi, I'm Jeff Tuzo with Sennheiser. We're here at the Sennheiser NAMM booth, NAMM 2020, and I'm here to show you the HD25 Lite, new from Sennheiser. This is built on a classic design of the HD25. It's a new $99 headphone with, as you can see, a very light band. It's lightweight. You have the same drivers as the traditional HD25 in a really fantastic recognizable form factor. You get great passive attenuation with this headphone, so it cancels out a lot of the noise, and it can handle really high decibel levels. Suitable for DJing, editing, or just about anything else. Thank you for coming to the Sennheiser booth. These are $99. They'll be available in about 2 weeks.
Hi, my name is Michael Schack, and I'm gonna tell you something about the new TD27KV. The actual TD27KV is like the standard version. It comes with the regular pads, but there's a big change with the former TD25. First of all, we have the brand new brain, which is the TD27. It's brand new, developed, and it's totally based on the TD50, and it also has some extra features. And number two, it also comes with the new digital ride and the digital snare, which you normally find only in the TD50. So we have like a middle class, mid-range model coming standard with this KV, with the digital ride 18-inch and the digital snare 14-inch. On top of this, as I said, the module is brand new, but it's also open source. So you can download samples from the internet. Maybe you have your own favorite drum sounds. And the good thing is you can all import these and actually combine them with the standard sounds as well. And if you listen to these tom sounds only, it really plays like a normal drum set. You're still using normal sticks. You're actually still using your normal drumming hardware. On top of this, with the digital ride, the experience is totally new. Like, for instance, like this. So we already have chokes for many, many years, but you also have touch sensitivity on the right cymbal. And that's amazing. No latency. Let me tell you about how important latency is. I'm 1.80 meters tall, right? Normally, the sound needs distance, needs time for distance. So normally with an acoustic snare drum, in between me hitting the snare drum and that sound, acoustic sound, reaching my eardrums, there's 2 milliseconds. The latency of the TD27 is 3 milliseconds. It's as fast as an acoustic drum set. On top of this, we also have the VH10 hi-hat, but I can actually use it as a normal hi-hat. And also rim clicks. So let me show you something very peculiar, which has never been possible with any electronic drum set before, except for the TD50. That's only one of the 100 possible drum sets. There's a lot. Actually, I can tell you more about layering and importing samples and combining them both and so on, so on, so on. So please check out all the footage on YouTube, on the socials. But TD27KV, really, you have to check it out. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm James from Roland. We're at the 2020 NAMM show, and thank you to Gear Gods for stopping by our booth. We're super excited to introduce the V-Drums Acoustic Design Series. This is a brand new series for us, and we're excited to bring this to market because a lot of drummers love to play their E-drums, but wanted to have the look of an acoustic kit and the stage presence of an acoustic kit, and this series brings that to them. So behind me, we have kind of a dream setup here with two 20-inch kick drums with a 2 up, 2 down configuration. And with this series, we have the TD27 module, which is a brand new module that we've just released at the show. It has 2 digital pad inserts. So the package here comes with a digital snare and a digital ride. These 2 pads were developed for our TD50 flagship series, but now they're available with the V-Drums acoustic design. So we're super excited about this. All the shells were designed with electronics in mind. So these shells are made with a 2-ply thick poplar shell, and that really deadens the shell, so you get some great triggering. If you have a very lively acoustic-wise shell, you get a lot of false triggering. This is a very dead, very friendly shell to trigger. So the playability is fantastic. The triggering is very much up to the V-Drum standard, which is the top standard in electronic drums. So we're super happy about this, and we're very excited. Thank you to Gear Gods for stopping by the booth. And for more information, you can always check out Roland.com.
Hello, this is Ramon with Roland here with Gear Gods, going over the new A88 Mark II MIDI controller. This is our latest fully weighted 88 key controller. One of the things that makes this really, really special is the fact that this is the first MIDI 2.0 compliant device. What MIDI 2.0 is going to give us is higher resolution. So opposed to 16-bit resolution on velocity in our keys, here we have 32-bit resolution. We have the same thing with our encoders. We have a full modern control section over here with high resolution knobs and buttons. And MIDI 2.0 is going to give us the ability to communicate directly with software without any external mapping. So if we have software that's MIDI 2.0 compliant, as soon as we get this hooked up, all of the important knobs and faders will be mapped out. We'll be able to use program change to switch through tracks, and also use the buttons to trigger playback and recording in CC mode here, and trigger our song parts. And this is all mapped out of the box. And as more companies jump on the MIDI 2.0 bandwagon, we're going to offer this for all software, plugins, and everything. 88 Mark II.
Hey, I'm Christian with Roland. We're here with Gear Gods at the 2020 NAMM show, and we're showing the Go Livecast, which is a great device that if you use your smartphone for streaming, you can totally elevate your production. So ways that it helps you improve your production: if you use your smartphone now currently for streaming, you're just going to get the one camera on your phone and the microphone on your phone. So the audio quality might not be great, and other than what you're speaking into it, you're not going to share that much content. So what you can do with a Go Livecast is you physically connect one device, a smartphone or tablet, to the Go Livecast, and this will first of all improve your audio. You've got XLR in for a high quality microphone, supports phantom power. You can also bring in other audio through this line in on the side, and then if your headphones have a microphone, it'll also use that for better audio. So first of all, you've improved your audio. Second thing is you can connect this second smartphone wirelessly. So we've got that here. This is our second device that we have. You can kind of see it there. And this uses the Go Livecast app. You install it on the second device. Then it wirelessly connects. And when I go to the Go Livecast, I can switch the inputs here. So if you pan up to the device, you can see I'm pushing this. So I now have 2 camera angles that I've got. Third thing that's great is that you can use content that's on your phone. So if you have movie clips, photos, audio, or music, all of those things can be triggered to improve your production. So if we come back over here, you can see the 6 buttons. These are fully assignable, and what they will do, I will just trigger this one, and then you can see, and I'll turn it on and off just so you get an idea. But there we have, you know, any kind of video. And if you want to change what this is, just go right here, go into here, and it uses the camera roll of your device. So whatever you've got on there for photos and video. Same thing if you wanted to change audio. It would basically just go into your iTunes library to find that stuff there. Also, you can do text overlays. So we'll do this. You can see please like and subscribe. So I'm just turning that off and on. And if I wanted to edit those, I just go in here. And then this has a list of different ones that I have. I can also go in and edit any one of these. And I, get kind of like an Instagram kind of interface to be able to change text and things like that. So lots of multimedia capabilities with this. Now, when you do want to get started with streaming, it actually just uses the Go Livecast app. So when I go here, you can see the different services. You can stream directly to Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch, Twitcasting, and if you have your own website, you can actually stream directly to that with a custom RTMP. A couple other cool features, you also have a soft filter here, so you can see how nice, look how nice your skin is right there, right? You know, whoa, instant facelift right there. So Go Livecast, available now. Contact your local dealer. It's $249 US retail.
Hey everybody, what's going on? I'm also from Boss here at NAMM 2020. Right now we're going over the new SY1000. So for a long time, guitar synth, you had to play the guitar a specific way in order for the sounds to get the way they actually come out, because it's using a sample-based synthesis, or PCM. This is using something called subtractive synthesis. So I can get all the guitarisms that I use and play, like vibratos and bends and harmonics and stuff like that, and they translate super well into this unit. So that's the main key feature about this thing. But you have amp modeling from our flagship, multi-effect stuff. You have, 3 different synth engines that you can use in order to recreate your soundscapes and stuff like that. You can do alternate tunings. You can do instrument modeling. You can do sequencing with crazy curvature and stuff like that. You can do pitch to MIDI conversion over USB or 5-pin MIDI cable. You can add expression pedals and all other stuff. You can separate your sounds via the 2 stereo outs. And this is a very, very loaded product. I highly recommend checking it out, but maybe I should play it so that way you can hear some sounds, right? Sounds wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the SY1000. Go check it out for yourselves. Find out more at boss.info. Thanks.
Hey there, it's Harry from the audience booth at NAMM 2020, and today I'm going to take you through our 2 new interfaces under our new Evo brand, Evo 4 and Evo 8. So first of all, we have Evo 4, which is a 2-in, 2-out audio interface. It has 2 mic preamps, and these are new Evo preamps. They offer 58 dB of gain, and they sound nice and clean, and they've basically been designed to try and be as transparent as possible. You have 2 outputs, a USB connector on the back. The whole unit is powered by your computer, so completely bus powered. On the front we have a JFET DI, which offers some nice rich extra tone for your guitars, just to get that bit more harmonic content going, and a headphone output. Now that's all fairly standard practice for a 2-in, 2-out audio interface, but with Evo 4 and Evo 8, we've tried to make it, add some features in there which really help people get on with recording a lot quicker. So the main feature we've added is Smart Gain. So by pressing this button and then selecting the channels you want and pressing it again, you can automatically set your input gain. This is a really useful feature for people who are maybe just starting out, and rather than have to worry about setting their levels correctly, they can just get on and record their idea. But also for people who are maybe recording on their own and their recording setup is away from their computer, it's just a really quick and easy way of getting everything set up ready for you to record. The other thing is all of the features are available on the actual top of the unit itself. So using this knob, so you can alter your output by pressing this button and then changing here. You can manually change the gain by just pressing one of the inputs and manually adjusting it like that. There's a low latency direct monitoring mode where you can blend between your inputs and whatever's coming back from your computer, so you can get a really nice headphone mix without any latency at all, which is great. There's full 48 volt phantom power on both channels, individually toggleable, so if you're using ribbon mics and things, you don't need to worry about accidentally putting phantom power through them. And finally, there's loopback available in software, so for people who are maybe wanting to record the output of their computer, so if you're a streamer or a gamer, or maybe you're doing tutorials on YouTube and you need some output from your computer, you can record that alongside your microphone, which is really useful for a much broader range of people than people just making music. Evo 8 is very similar. It has 4 mic preamps, it has 2 sets of speaker outputs, and it has 2 sets of headphone outputs. So Evo 4 will be available in the first quarter in the next couple of months, and Evo 8 will be available in the second quarter, a bit after that. Evo 4 comes in at the incredibly friendly price of $129 map, and Evo 8 comes in at $199.
Hi, Kyle with Sonic, where we're showing our new product, the Liven. What we have is a 4-voice synthesizer with a very powerful sequencer built in. There's 4 different synth engines inside of it, 2 simultaneous effects, and the sequencer will have very powerful features that will let you do parameter locks on a per-step basis. You'll be able to lock or set a specific value for a parameter that you like. There will also be the ability to resample internally. So when you have a loop or a sound that you like, you will be able to record it to one of 4 spots, which will give you a perfectly trimmed loop that you can then free up a synth engine to make another sound. So you can do 4 of those plus the actual synth engine. So as I mentioned, there's 4 different engines. We'll have different voice modes, a sequencer, and a selectable filter, a 2-pole filter that will be either low pass, band pass, or high pass. There are 2 simultaneous effects. One of them is a reverb, and you can select then between a chorus, flanger, or delay. So we can jump in and hear the different engines in action. Pricing, it will be $199 street price, and we'll be shipping in June.
Hey guys, I'm Roy Ziv here at NAMM 2020 with Gear Gods, and we're about to check out the new Spark amp and app by Positive Grid. So Spark is a very unique amp because it's designed to work alongside this app that uses intelligent technology to jam along with you while you're playing. It helps you learn and practice millions of songs by analyzing the chord progressions all in real time. Plus you have access to over 10,000 tones that are all powered by Positive Grid's award-winning bias tone engine. The amp itself is extremely simple to use right out of the box. You've got your 7 tones right here. Also includes bass guitar and acoustic guitar, so you're not just limited to electric. And then everything ranging from clean all the way to metal. And then you've got the same knobs you'd find on any great amp. Your gain, 3-way tone stage, master for the entire channel, and then 3 dedicated knobs for effects, modulation, delay, and reverb, and your output for the entire thing. Once you've set up a tone that you like, you can save it to any one of these 4 presets at the top and recall that up whenever you want. Let me show you some of the tones. So here's a nice fusion, kind of smooth tone. And let me show you a heavier sound as well. So it sounds wicked. Inside the amp, there's 2 custom designed speakers that work in stereo. They really allow you to hear that low end, plus those crystal clear highs. In the back, there's a USB out, or USB audio, that allows you to plug this into your computer, and it'll recognize it as Spark so you can record right away. Now, the app works as a real-time interface for the amp. Whatever I change on the amp, you're gonna visually see change in real time on the app, including the knobs as well. And whatever I change on the app, you're gonna hear change on the amp. In the app, I can mess around with any of these and customize everything, so I can drop effects into the signal chain, I can take effects out, and I can go and change anything I want. I got 30 amps, 5 different compressors, 9 different drives, any modulations you can think of, and tons of delays and reverb. I also have access to our tone cloud, and in the tone cloud, I've got access to user-generated tones. We're also going to be uploading it. Our artists are going to be uploading their own tones. You can upload your own tones, download them, and then send them to the amp and save them on the amp as well. Now, that's the tone side of stuff. In terms of music, the app syncs up to your Spotify and Apple playlist, as well as you have access to all of YouTube, so you can search anything you want. And when you load up a song, it's going to analyze the chord progression for you and also give you the chord charts in real time. You can loop sections as well from 1 bar to 1 beat. You can also slow it down if you want, but 50% if you're having trouble learning a section, and it won't change the pitch, or slow it down to 80%. Now, if there's a bar chord here and you don't know how to play bar chords, hit the virtual capo and it'll give you an open chord so you can learn how to play that with open chords. We also have built-in backing tracks in different styles from pop, rock, funk, and blues, as well as curated backing tracks from YouTube in all different styles, from hip-hop to funk, all the way to metal. And we've got the Smart Jam, and the Smart Jam feature is going to be different profiles here, and the profiles are going to be like different genres. So Dave likes power chords and rock and roll. I click Let's Jam. I'm going to tap my tempo. I'm going to play a few power chords, and it's going to give me back a backing track in the same key with the same chords in the same tempo and style that I chose. So let me show you that. Now it's going to analyze that. It's going to give me a chord or a backing track. It's also going to be structured like a song, so it's not going to be the same loop over and over and over again. It's going to have a verse, a chorus, an intro. So it gives me a drum and bass backing track with the chords that I played. And then I can improvise to that if I want. I can go back here, change the tones, and I can do that all in real time. I can also slow that down and speed it up. Now, those are some of the great features in this. There's also a built-in tuner, there's a built-in metronome, there's a tuner on the amp, there's a strap. Lots of fun when you're just messing around at home. It's available at positivegrid.com, all for under $300. I'm Xavier here at NAMM 2020 with Gear Gods. Thanks for checking it out.